On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Misnomer.
A name or term that is inaccurate or misleading, often because it does not accurately describe the thing it is naming.
Examples:
A misnomer for the term. Technical misnomer. The name killer whale is a misnomer as they rarely attack humans.
Modicum.
A small or moderate amount of something, often something that is desirable.
Examples:
A modicum of truth. A modicum of sense. A modicum of patience is needed to complete this project successfully.
Overturn.
To turn something upside down, to upset.
Examples:
Overturn a decision. Overturn a table. The court overturned the original verdict.
Incarcerate.
To put or keep somebody in prison or in a place from which they cannot escape.
Examples:
Incarcerate the murderer. Incarcerate her for life. He was incarcerated for the duration of the war.
Opportune.
Suitable or happening at a time that is suitable or convenient for a particular purpose.
Examples:
Opportune occasion. An opportune remark. The phone rang at the most opportune time.
Intergenerational.
Relating to, involving, or affecting different generations.
Examples:
Intergenerational conflict. Promote intergenerational ties. The results of that survey clearly show intergenerational differences in attitudes toward LGBTQ.
Incarceration.
The state of being confined in prison or jail.
Examples:
Mass incarceration. Incarceration rates. The judge sentenced him to 5 years of incarceration for embezzlement.
Recidivism.
The act of repeating or relapsing into criminal or unwanted behavior or patterns, often after a while away from such actions.
Examples:
Recidivism rate. Juvenile recidivism. The government's efforts to reduce recidivism among former prisoners have been largely unsuccessful.
Subordinate.
Of lower rank or importance, often used to describe a person in a position of inferiority or inferior status, serving as a secondary or supporting element to something else.
Examples:
Subordinate position. Subordinate role. The CEO's subordinate employees were expected to follow his instructions without question.
Outlaw.
To make something illegal, noun, a person who has committed a crime or has been legally convicted of a crime.
Examples:
Outlaw racial discrimination. Outlaw cloning of human cells. Some communities began to outlaw alcohol consumption.
Convict.
To prove or declare someone to be guilty of a crime. Noun, a person serving a sentence in a jail or prison.
Examples:
Convict him of manslaughter. Convict in a jail. He was convicted on fraud charges and sentenced to 5 years in prison.
Deprive.
To take away something from someone.
Examples:
Deprive others of profit. Deprive him of his status. He was deprived of his freedom when sentenced to life in prison.
Enslave.
To make someone a slave, to deprive someone of their freedom of choice or action.
Examples:
Enslave poor peasants. Enslave indigenous people. Her beauty enslaved me completely.
Loiter.
To linger or hang around in a public place without any clear purpose or intention, to move slowly or lazily.
Examples:
Loiter on the sidewalk. Loiter for hours. The security guard warned the teenagers not to loiter in the parking lot.
Industrious.
Hardworking, diligent, and persistent in effort.
Examples:
Industrious worker. Industrious student. He was known to be very industrious and would often work late into the night.
Stratosphere.
The second layer of the Earth's atmosphere, extending from about 7 to 50 kilometers above the Earth's surface, containing the ozone layer.
Examples:
Stratosphere layer. Stratosphere ozone. The ozone layer, which protects us from harmful UV radiation, is in the stratosphere.
Slew.
To turn or slip abruptly and sharply, past for of, slay, noun, a large number or amount or extent.
Examples:
Slew around suddenly. Have a slew of ideas. He slew many Trojan warriors in this war.
Elevate.
To raise something from a lower to a higher position, to give a promotion to or assign to a higher position.
Examples:
Elevate educational standards. Elevate a close relationship. Eating food in a hurry elevates blood glucose levels.
Stigma.
A mark of shame or disgrace associated with a particular circumstance, quality, or person.
Examples:
Social stigma. Stigma against obesity. The mental health stigma often prevents people from seeking treatment.
Pandemic.
An outbreak of a disease that affects many people over a very wide area.
Examples:
Flu pandemic. Global pandemic. They fear a pandemic of a new type of virus.
Congregate.
To come together or gather in a group or assembly, to collect or accumulate in a particular place or area.
Examples:
congregate at the park, congregate in a mosque. The protesters plan to congregate in front of the city hall to raise awareness for their cause.
Arresting.
Attracting attention or interest, striking or impressive in appearance or effect, halting or stopping the movement or progress of something.
Examples:
an arresting image, an arresting sight. The painting's arresting beauty made it difficult to look away. Manifestation. A visible or tangible form of something, especially a particular sign of a disease or condition.
Examples:
manifestation of a deeper problem, manifestation of psychological stress. The manifestation of his anxiety was evident in his shaking hands. Redefine. To change the meaning or interpretation of something, to make people think about something in a new or different way.
Examples:
redefine customer experience, redefine our role. The video telephony application has redefined the way we work. Simplistic. Oversimplified or lacking in complexity or depth, characterized by an attempt to explain something complex or multifaceted with overly vague or simple terms.
Examples:
simplistic approach, simplistic design. The politician's solution to the problem was too simplistic to solve the underlying issue. Ingest. To take food or drink into the body, often through the mouth, to absorb or assimilate something, often used to describe the intake of information or knowledge.
Examples:
ingest food, ingest medication. People who compulsively ingest non-food items, such as dirt or chalk, suffer from a condition called pica. Decompensate. To deteriorate mentally, emotionally, or physically, especially after a period of stability or improvement. To fail to maintain balance, stability, or functionality under stress or pressure. Examples: start to decompensate, decompensate physically. After experiencing a traumatic event, some people may begin to decompensate and struggle to cope. Escalate. To increase in intensity, size, or severity, to make something greater, worse, or more serious. Examples: escalate into a major international incident. To escalate. The situation quickly escalated and turned violent. Reorder. To arrange something in a different or new order. To request or purchase an item or items again. Examples: reorder priorities, Reorder steps. The manager decided to reorder the products on the shelf to improve sales.
Deprogram.
To release someone from a restrictive or controlling ideology, belief system, or cult, to disabuse or undo the effects of indoctrination or brainwashing.
Examples:
Deprogram cult members. Deprogram extremist views. The organization offered resources to help people deprogram from addiction.
Decarceration.
The process of reducing or eliminating the number of people who are incarcerated, especially through alternative sentencing, parole, or early release programs.
Examples:
Decarceration policies. Decarceration movement. The decarceration of nonviolent offenders is debated in criminal justice reform.
Defund.
To withdraw or cut off funding or financial support from a person, organization, or project.
Examples:
Defund the healthcare system. Defund an organization. The protest movement has called on the government to defund the police department.
Skeptic.
A person who doubts or questions the truth of specific claims, beliefs, or doctrines, especially those in religion or the supernatural.
Examples:
An ingrained skeptic. Climate skeptic. He was a skeptic who doubted the existence of supernatural phenomena.
Provocation.
Action or speech that intentionally causes someone to become angry, irritated, or frustrated, a reason or motive for something, often negative or undesired.
Examples:
Provocation tactics. Verbal provocation. The politician's speech was seen as a provocation to the opposition party.
Troll.
A person who makes inflammatory or off-topic posts on the internet, a supernatural creature often portrayed as a giant or dwarf that lives in isolated areas. Verb: to fish by dragging a baited line through the water behind a boat.
Examples:
Feed a troll. Copyright troll. He was banned from the online forum for being a troll and causing trouble.
Doe.
A mature female of mammals of which the male is called a buck, such as a deer or a rabbit.
Examples:
Doe rabbit. Buck and doe. Hunters use a whistle that makes the doe sound to lure stags.
Aisle.
A passage between rows of seats in a theater, airplane, or other public building, typically one of two or more running parallel with the main body of the structure.
Examples:
Aisle seat. The center aisle of a church. She walked down the aisle to the front of the church.
Overreach.
To reach too far or beyond one's limits, to fail by aiming too high or trying too hard.
Examples:
Overreach a goal. Overreach in her attempt. The company's ambition to overreach and expand too quickly led to its downfall.
Empathy.
The ability to share another person's feelings or experiences by imagining that person's situation.
Examples:
Full of empathy. Empathy for patients. Empathy is also necessary to understand history.
Monger.
To sell or promote something, especially by using aggressive or exaggerated tactics. To peddle or deal in, usually negative, information, rumors, or gossip. Noun, a dealer, trader, or seller of a particular commodity or goods.
Examples:
Fishmonger. Monger hate speech. Some politicians use fear to monger support for their policies.
Iconography.
The visual images or symbols used in a particular field of study, worship, or art, a system or language of imagery used to represent ideas or concepts.
Examples:
Religious iconography. Digital iconography. The iconography of the logo was immediately recognizable as belonging to the famous brand.
Carnage.
The killing or slaughter of a large number of people, especially in a battle or war, a situation in which many people are killed or injured in a violent way.
Examples:
Carnage on the battlefield. Brutal carnage. The battlefield was filled with carnage, a terrible reminder of the horrors of war.
Resilient.
Able to withstand or recover quickly from difficult conditions.
Examples:
A hard and resilient steel. Resilient population. She is a resilient person and has always bounced back from setbacks.